Welcome, everyone. Welcome, returning and new subscribers. This is going to be a general collective energy update. I will say this, though. There's been a lot of back and forth as to even doing this video or going live. I may still go live, but I've noticed in wanting to do so, is a reason why, because there were some downloads and some messages that were coming through. So let's see what this is, and we'll take it from there, okay? I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my ancestors and spirit guides that guide me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of gods and goddesses that flow through me as me connected to the Most High, for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So it is. Work, career, 10th house, 11th house, 3rd house, 2nd house. But when it comes to your achievements in the outside world, public image, this is the 10th house energy. Some of you work in the public eye. With Mercury retrograde back into Taurus, this is the energy for Piscean vibes, where your public image is something you want to be mindful of, or that this Mercury retrograde in Taurus will have an influence on what's going on in your life, or 12th house vibes too. So for some, there could be things that do get exposed, not to say or worry yourself, okay? But be mindful that here's the thing with the exposing factor of it. You have to know yourself. When you know yourself and your intention as to why you're doing something, exposure, when you hear that word, it should trigger something that says, okay, achievements. If not, it's all good. Don't stress yourself out, all right? But let's see what the message is. It's also having a great effect on, if you check the short clip that I also posted here, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, okay? And also pay attention to the polar opposite signs of those signs. And one of the polar opposite axes is already taken care of in terms of Mercury retrograde in the sign of Taurus, which, by the way, has a lot to do with communicating what brings emotional security. Therefore, it's more so of a vibe of, because Mercury, you're talking about Hermes, you're talking about an energy that's quick, all right? And Taurus is also connected to the throat chakra. Now, along with that, Taurus is core values. Polar opposite, as we sit here talking about that. So yeah, that's for some of you who are Tauruses or Scorpio with Mercury retrograde, going retrograde, but going back into Taurus. Keep in mind that this could be reflecting a moment from the 26th of April up to the 30th, okay? As it's finishing out its retrograde phase at this moment, which will be the 3rd of June. But keep in mind that there are shadow periods before the start of a retrograde and after. Okay. 6 months could be significant. Waning gibbous moon, some of you could have been born during that phase. But this is all about being introspective. One who is able to relax through situations that require healing, to accept them in order to regroup. For some of you, that's what you could have been doing within these last 6 months here. Okay. But let's see what else we got going on. Mars will be going into Aries tomorrow, Tuesday, the 24th of May. Remember, this message nonetheless is timeless. 606 could be highly significant, asking you to focus on the mission, not how. Now, Mars going into Aries tomorrow on its ruling day of Tuesday at that. Very strong energies we got coming up this week, y'all. So one thing I would suggest, ground yourself. If you know that there's certain vibes that trigger a certain response, well, that trigger a reaction, you might want to be mindful of that and respond to when it is that you may be receiving certain invites from certain frequencies or vibrations. That 6 months is very significant, 666 here. That could put you into this space of reacting. Again, with Mercury and Taurus, retrograde, when it comes to authority figures, you want things your way. Okay, that's the energy we got right now for this week. Quite combative, but also a moment where you can really step into your power of your unique self-expression, as Mars is in its home sign of Aries, which is connected to the first house of the I am, your life force, your vitality, your image, your persona. You must know that first in order to know what it is that you want, right? Aries and Taurus. Taurus is all about the wanting and the having. But more so, I have, that is the mantra there for the Taurus energy of the second house, is I have, which is the root chakra. I want that song just popped up in my head. You could bring it in a bottle, you could drink it in a bottle, you could drink it in a glass. So 2355, 1155, blossoming, justice, abundance, revolutionary spirit awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities through deeply rooted wounds. Some of you are having this great shift and change and healing because one, you decided to, stand 10 toes down and handle those deeply rooted wounds, that Chiron energy, in whichever area of your life that it's placed, that house that it's placed in. The universe is nudging you to respond, as we were sitting here talking about that not too long ago. Have patience here, okay? What's this that I want to peek through before everything else? Past life. All right, so patience. Allow your intuitive guidance to assist you with structuring your vision of your mind's eye. Okay, this is the eye, the all-seeing eye, or connected to the 9th house, Jupiter energy. All right. Jupiter right now is in Aries, so Mars will also be in Aries. You see what I'm saying? And that 9th house energy is connected to one child past life. Okay. And then you also have, that is the house of God. That is the house of higher education, higher philosophies, the seeker. So allow your intuitive guidance to assist you with structuring your vision of your mind's eye beyond material constructs. And one thing about one of these material constructs, some of you have grasped the ideology of what time is, as that is connected to the earthly status of Capricorn. It's connected to time. Here we have Cancer, Capricorn here. Let that shit go. For some of you, this is deeply rooted ancestral ancient wounds. Let's get a little bit more here. Let me see something. Okay. Gonna go to the Starseed Oracle. It's gonna vibe right now. Message you have for the collective. Cancer is connected to the moon, 4th house, I feel. Saturn for Capricorn, 10th house, I use. Using the vibrations of your feelings wisely, meaning responding to what may be a restriction, because that's also part of Capricorn energy. We get one from here. You got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. You got the love. Let's read this together, okay? You got the love. For some of you, that's another thing that you're grasping onto and realizing, you know, that in order to experience that outside of you, you got to first have that for yourself. And in order to have that for yourself, there's some things you're going to have to let go that are deeply rooted. In some cases, you can't really put a finger on it until an experience reminds you or triggers you in order for you to change, because that's what your triggers are there for, to get you to change. But if you don't change, you're piling up this heaviness. And at some point, there's going to be a combustion, right? So either way, there's one way to handle it with the response, and there's another to let it go, and then there's a reaction. So, you got the love, right? Got it? Got it? Let's see. The Hadarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love. Did that come out? 6 to 9 months. This is right here. 6 to 9 months. Here we go. It says here, they are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love, who see love in all people and situations. Now it says, believed to be. Keep that in mind. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love while in a separate body, to learn to love self first, and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have all the love all on their own. The message on this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self, the I am. It's common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Familiarity. That's something to really look at as to what it is that you're connected to, because it's familiar. It's also a comfort zone or soft node, okay? Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain volatility, how am I screwing up that word? Anyway, volatility to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is assigned to do a relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless. It says here, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover up. Now, here's the thing about this Mercury retrograde with the vibes of the solar eclipse that we had, new moon in Taurus. That's that message right there. It literally separated so many of the collective from situations that you may have had to heal years ago, like before 2010. And you entered other relationships that carried that same frequency because of not either one fully learning the lesson or not fully healing from it. That could be interchangeable depending on how it feels within you, okay? So what the meditation thing was here for. The Starseed Soul Inquiry is actually, do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? How can you develop a deeper love for yourself? Let's get some love cards, why don't we? As a matter of fact, we use the Lovers Oracle. Wow, the Star Brothers are at the bottom of the deck. Horus energy. The Messenger. Protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. I would add respect in here before loyalty too. You feel me? Because for me, it's respect over loyalty. Everybody that's loyal to you don't mean that they respect you. That's also part of this energy over here too. Any relationship, friend, a lover, family, relationship, any vehicle or any connection or relation that you may have to your outside world that moves you, that influences you, because that's what it is going to do. Either in a positive or negative way. It's up to you, the one having the experience, to determine the route to take through your awareness of what is occurring for you. 855 is the message here. Ooh, baby. How many cards you got? Let me see. 3. All right. We're at the beginning. It says here, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And I will add to that, cause and effect. Think of cause and effect. What is the result? What do you want? People want partners, but don't actually, one, have the courage to express to themselves, you know, the type of partnership they would want to have, because there's still things within you that still have to be uncovered or just, you know, just cleansed up, you know what I mean? Then you have beware of what you are projecting. For the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess equally so. The qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Cards are speaking. Cards are speaking. And then it says, don't make decisions based on guilt. Do what you think you should do. Think. Gemini energy, 3rd house. Mercury right now is retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And it says here, don't make decisions based on guilt. So chill out, relax, all right? Because making decisions based on guilt, that's a whole entire reaction. Because for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others, including deciding on what it is that you want in your life to experience as love. Then you have sacred union at the bottom of the deck. Honor and treasure your relationship, where it's truly sacred. Let me see what this message was. Romance. Cupid's arrows. Cupid's arrow strikes. And it says time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Trying is an insult to doing. It's either you're going to do it or not. Give it time. And I feel like that's like release the illusion of what you are not worthy of. Let me get some more here for this. Let me get one here. Check you can hear it, but you probably can. It's pretty loud. Nice and dry. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. There goes that again. There goes that again. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess, equally so. The qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. You got that? All right, let's move on. Yeah, it fell right on top of the table. There you go. Get some more from here. Tell me more. What you got? Well, if you wanted to know, this message is spot on, especially if you are a Libra or going through a karmic cycle. But Libra is connected to air. The colors blue and lavender. It's a cardinal sign. And the cardinal energies in Tarot are the queens. The fixed are the kings, and the mutables are the knights. Okay. So for Libra here, we have the goddess of love and beauty, connecting to the 7th house of marriage and partnership. The mantra is, I balance. The day for Libra connected to Venus is Friday. Depending on when you're born in Libra season, you may be connected to the moon or Venus, Saturn or Uranus, Jupiter or Mercury. It is also connected to snakes and lizards. Cause I can love you better. I cannot. Somebody out there. Now, if you're in a situation where you know you can love someone better and they're not wanting it, beloved, listen, don't. That's part of what you do. That might be part of the lesson you're learning here. Let that shit go. This is okay. But back to Libra, it's connected to copper, the number 6 and 9. And listen, I live in the city, okay? It be lit out here. So now we got lumbar, glutes, and kidneys for Libra energy. 923 to 1022. And we have Proverbs at the bottom of the deck. When the wicked are in authority, Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are in authority, transgression increases, but the uncompromisingly, from the Amplified Version, the uncompromisingly righteous shall see the fall of the wicked. Are you ready to rise up and bring balance into your life? Which means you're doing more than just bringing balance into your life. You're bringing balance into the frequency of this planet. It's time to step out of the ignorance that is just about us. Seriously. Really and truly. Okay. Look at this. And this is the same thing that I put up in that post. Aries energy. These are the cards that came out, but at the bottom here, have the conversation with yourself first. Who story. Have the conversation with yourself first, so you're not sitting out here chopping nobody's head off their shoulders with your words. Take it from me. Aries, which is the polar opposite to Libra. Let's do these, okay. Aries is masculine energy, fire element connected to the color red, also a cardinal sign. It's the ancient god of war. Now, let me see what you got here. Let me see what you got over here. You see this? All these 5s and 11 connected to justice, which is Libra. What does it say over here? Blossoming justice, abundance, revolutionary spirit, awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities, to deeply rooted wounds. Let's go. Aries, the ancient god of war, connected to the mantra of I am, the first house of self, what you present and what others see. It is the lens of your natal chart. Depending on where you're born during the season of Aries of March 21st to April 19th, you may be connected to Mars, the Sun, Venus, Jupiter, first decan, second decan, third decan. Aries is also connected to the sheep or the ram. The day is Tuesday. It's also connected to diamonds. Numbers are 1 and 9. It's connected to the head, and the metal is iron. So Libra, copper, Aries, iron. Your next message is the Royal Star Regulus. So when you find this balance of relationships and partnerships based on who you are, you'll be able to connect to this royal energy, which is connected to Leo, very high degree, 29th degree, which is generational wealth. Some of you, that's going to be your inheritance. It's like once you let these things go from the past, okay, because the World card talks about all of your past lives. Cancer has a lot to do with your ancestors, the root of your being, all right? So once you're able to handle these emotional connections, Ascended Master Life Path and second decan. So second decan, let me see something here. Saturn, Uranus, and the Sun. Shit. Okay. Here we go. Saturn, I use, I know, I will. Ooh. Okay. Saturn is I use, Uranus is I know, connect to Aquarius. Sun is Leo, which is I will, which is also a creator. With this royal star, okay, it's connected to the north, all right? And it's about truth, compassion, wisdom. You're a born leader if you're born between August 22nd and 25th, because you're connected to this star's energy here. But there has to be an activation of your crown chakra. So therefore, in order for your crown chakra to be activated, you have to handle these moments where you are feeling like you're going through these breakdowns, but take them on, take those obstacles and challenges on, choosing to gain wisdom, to rise above it and balance out the heart chakra. Because once you do that, you'll have a stronger connection to your throat, third eye. Now, boom, we're at the crown. The heart of the lion is also connected to fame, honor, and wealth, leading from the heart. See how important that is with this Royal Star's energy of Regulus. Raphael Uriel is really strong in this too. Okay. Being honest with yourself. Until you can really come to terms with a lot of the things that you have overcome, but from a space of unconditional love. I'm not saying that you're going to be out here being soft and being taken advantage of. Quite the opposite. Okay. You begin to now carry this energy of unconditional love, where that energy, where it would bring out a past reaction, okay, that really wouldn't serve you in terms of leading from the heart. Because if you're leading from the heart with this toxic energy, you're going to be leading with malice. You're going to be leading with revenge. And listen here, the universe, when it comes to that vibe over there, forgive them, for they know not what they do, is what you'll end up probably saying over and over and over again. Leave a comment below if you find yourself doing that, okay? Ascended Master Life Path 112233. Welcome, beloved. Got work to do. You have a community that's here to support you. Let's go to work. All right. Let's get a little bit more here. Focus on the mission. 9 to 12 months. What can they expect 9 to 12 months here? What you got? Mercury is at the bottom of the deck, which is the brain instructs the rest of the body and your thoughts. Next 9 to 12 months, you have the divine masculine king to an emperor on the path of the North Node. Yeah, the Lion King, all right, the Lion of Judah. Okay, Revelations 5:5. Because that's been a verse that's been ringing in the ears. It opened up to Psalm 23. It's been ringing in the ears over the weekend. Revelations 5:5. And it says, then one of the elders said to me, don't cry. Look, the Lion from the Judah tribe, the great descendant of David, from the root, has won the victory, and he can break the 7 seals and open the scroll. 5:5. Some of you are descendants of David, but you are your own being. You are on your own ascended master life path. 55 all over this one. Again, blossoming, justice, abundance, revolutionary spirit, awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities through deeply rooted wounds. So we got Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn. That's what I say, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Libra, Leo, Aquarius is what I said, okay. But there's, notice how the other zodiac signs came out this way, but the 2 separate ones are here. Okay, so we got Mars and Venus, and they're actually about to have this meetup in the sky. So this week, y'all, okay, it's gonna really connect you to people who you're attracted to because of their stability and their maturity. But come at the end of the week, okay, when Venus has another conversation here with Pluto, it can get quite manipulative. So just be mindful of that. That's why this is coming out here. On the path of your North Node, stay focused on your path. Some of you really get into your chart again throughout this week. 9/11. So that way you're not giving chances to things that it's not going to serve you later on, and you're going to end up going through a whole nother cycle of healing in the new 12-year cycle, because Jupiter just went into Aries, and that is a new year or a new cycle of that planet, 12 years. We got Pisces at the bottom of the deck, okay? And Mars right now is in Pisces. Pisces is a feminine energy, water, mutable sign connected to the colors pale green and turquoise. And it's the ancient god of the sea. The mantra is, I believe. You know, there could be certain core values, you know, beliefs that influence the codependency, telling you what you can and cannot do. But is that actually what source said? In terms of making it a part of your life and causing unnecessary struggles due to ignorance. Pisces is also connected to the 12th house of secrets, sorrows, and self-undoing. It is half body and half spirit, depending on when you're born during the season of Pisces, February 19th, March 20th. You could be connected to Saturn, Neptune, first decan, Jupiter, or the moon, second decan, Mars, Pluto, third decan. Now, these Pisces energies here, this is 8, 9, and 10 of cups. It's connected to the fish. The day for Pisces is Friday. Okay. Aquamarine. It's connected to the feet. And the metal is platinum. Numbers 2 and 6. Let's get some tarot cards up in here. Which one? Let me just go right here. All right, so what's the message here? Let's see. What is the message for you? What do they need to know? What must they know? Not me. They're not laughing. They're not going to put that out there. What do you want them to know? What do you want them to know? We're currently about to be in the moon hour. 14 minutes. Some of you working in silence here. Some of you have been working in silence. Let's get a little bit more about that. What's this talking about? Balancing things out. Balancing things out. Karma. Justice. Knight of Wands. This is definitely about going on a journey to seek yourself. Seeking self in order to, okay? This goes this self-undoing, and it made me pick that up to show you answer the call. 313 could be significant. Having and strengthening your bond with the infinite creator. Let me see what's under that. Hold on. That's where Proverbs 29:16 comes up right now. When the wicked are in authority, transgression increases, but the uncompromisingly righteous shall see the wicked fall. If this high priestess come out, or the empress, well, we did get the emperor. Okay. I don't know about this. What's next here? Not doing reversals, but it did pick up in reverse. It's the Chariot. So some of you have been stuck, though. Some of you have been feeling stuck. Yeah, because of the sorrow, pains, and regrets. Suffering in silence is what I heard. Tell me more about taking a leap of faith. Or you may have decided to take a leap of faith and it didn't really go anywhere, but that, I feel like that's having something to do with impatience or process. Okay, because we got the moon, and the moon goes through cycles, and this is Sun in Virgo, which is all about habits. 30 days, you hear that it takes to break a habit. There goes the long journey. That could lead to impatience. Wow. The Death card, transformation. When is this transformation going to be over? Is what some of you are asking here. And it says the moment that you get out of your head, you'll be able to celebrate. You'll be able to actually attract what it is that you're imagining, but what you're imagining has a slight dose of self-sabotaging thoughts. Because of the drama that's surrounding you. If it's surrounding you, you have a choice to not be surrounded by it by removing yourself from it. And I feel like that's why the Chariot's in reverse. It fell in reverse because of these self-sabotaging thoughts. Which is also connected to Jupiter in Gemini. Yeah, being very mindful of the way you think here, because oof, you're certainly manifesting it quicker than you realize. Okay, so for some, as you hear this, you know what it is that you have to do, and you decide that, you know what, it's time to get out of this stalemate, because obviously the shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's not gonna get you nowhere. Let me see how this is going over here. Eight of Swords is the one coming up under the Justice card. You have to be the one to decide to balance your thoughts. Okay? Or deciding between using the sword or balancing yourself out and removing yourself from the situation. This is something that's long overdue because I'm seeing the Nine of Swords over here too. That's where the generational aspect comes in, especially with this Pluto energy. Which is also retro because in Capricorn, now we're talking about a transformation of certain traditions. You got the Magician at the bottom of the deck, as above, so below. Below it, you got the Four of Cups. Under that, the Page of Cups. There's so many offers that's coming to you that you're manifesting. For some of you, okay, I feel like this is connected to something you went back to in the past or somebody that's surrounding you right now in this Mercury retrograde, because this would be Mercury in Cancer. Or this could just be your own thoughts about the root of your being. Tell me about that. Ooh. Right on top of the Eight of Swords, come up with a strategy. Use your wisdom, which is what you gain from going through these obstacles and challenges as it relates to you having the power to create. But until you know yourself, until you remove things that mess with your mindset or mess with your vibration, and you start feeling like you're not worthy of these type of things or change or your knowing. Look at that. Mercury in Aquarius. Telling you to move on. The universe is telling you, like it says here, answer the call. Because 921, if you answer the call, you have your 10 of Pentacles. Because that's what 921 is. Let me see what's under that. Yo, bruh. Not surprised. It just made me feel stuck away. You see what I'm saying? You're going right to the 10 of Pentacles. That looked like Saturn. I just felt Saturn right here. It's the Crohn's energy too, which is a lot of wisdom in terms of who it is that you're going to build with. Okay, having the balance when it comes to respect and loyalty here. An animal spirit. Yeah. What are you guiding them to do? This is your instincts here. What are you guiding them to do? I'm going to read this to you again. Then one of the elders said to me, "Don't cry. Look, the lion from Judah's tribe, the great descendant of David, has won the victory." And this is a very militant energy, because now you know the power you have. You know the power that you have. There's no reason for you to listen. Here for a reason. Remember that. Whoever it is I'm talking to. The lion from Judah's tribe, the great descendant of David, has won the victory, and he can break the 7 seals and open the scrolls. How many chakras most people are aware of? 7, right? And when you have that alignment, you become rooted in the laws of the universe, grounded, strengthened. Okay? And the lion's message speaks of loyalty, courage, and leadership, and you're being guided to take back your power. Get out of this energy right here. Okay? This is Libra, and this is Aries. This could also be Aquarius with Uranus energy, as well as I feel like you could say Scorpio for this too, Pluto. It's a leap of faith. It's something that changes your life. So it's really stepping into the unknown. And with the 2 of Swords, that would be the moon in Libra. Some of you may have moon in Libra, but you're being guided to take back your power. You are a powerful co-creator with limitless inner strength and confidence. When you allow your voice to be heard, the people around you will listen. Get some of the Intuit Oracle messages. I'm about to wrap this up soon. There we go. The Diamond. Creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force. Multi-dimensional, multifaceted, invincible, spiritual power. 1 of Aries. Tell me this Mars and Aries vibes from tomorrow to July 5th. Now, July 5th falls into the 2nd decan of Cancer, which would be the 3 of Cups, Mercury in Cancer. And we have that here. So for some of you, if you've been feeling unstuck, let's say from now to then, as long as you take a leap of faith and get out of this stuck energy, you be all right, you be straight. Oh, you got the corsets, the olive branch in the bedroom. Well. That's another thing about this week. Look at this, 426. Mercury retrograde back into Taurus is reflecting the vibes of 426 to 430. This is the 4 of Aquarius. We can look at this as the 4 of Swords too, healing, corset, held together, boundaries. You heal once you set boundaries. Okay? You've been holding it together. Some of you are people pleasers here. And that's a part of it that you are surrendering, letting go of, making amends with that, so that way you can do it respectfully to you and others, where now others can also learn that it's not a healthy thing to really just say yes when you actually want to say no, because it blocks you from your intuition. For some of you, that's where this heart space is waiting to evolve, when you're ready to say no to situations you want to say no to, but you out here saying yes to it. And then you have the bedroom here. 6 of Scorpio, sexual fulfillment, intimacy. Okay, sensual pleasure, love affair. Again, with the end of the week, this week, 28, 29, 30th, around that time. Again, this energy is timeless. So whenever you tap into this, that's a message for you. Be mindful of manipulative people when it comes to love. Having alone time. Astral traveling, oasis. The Child, fixed energies, The inner child is asking you to do what you love. It's time to play. For some of you, that means demanding attention. Well, demanding it by you just stepping into your power, like it says here. When you allow your voice to be heard, the people around you will listen. Some of you have a fear of speaking up, and people are actually waiting for you to say something. So for some, you more than likely are doing a disservice to yourself and others because of a fear of speaking or saying what you must say to come up with this peace offering or to de-escalate the situation, which is also connected to the Ace of Swords with the dove here. Triumph in spite of adversity. Let's get another message. The Emerald, wow. Which would be the Ace of Pentacles. The diamond is the Ace of Wands. And the emerald speaks of healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality, rare peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, heart chakra. What a way to just summarize this baby right on up, right? I'm loving these vibes. Look at that. Cake. Celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, your soul tribe who honor you. Oh, you're celebrated, not tolerated. The fuck? Here we go. Mermaids, Oracle. Message here. Got you. Have faith in your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. Helpful person, okay? Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact, or they may be initiating contact. Ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desires. Self-employment, mind you, when I picked up, was it this deck? This was at the bottom of the deck, self-employment, and it came out. So some of you are going from, you know, working for somebody else because you're a born entrepreneur. Your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. And those of you who are already doing this, you could actually be receiving assistance from an investor. Playtime, and you got that here with the emerald. This person could be a Taurus, or it could be someone that's connected to these type of gems or has gems to give you in terms of what your business is. Let's get another one. Synchronicity. There's major ones up in here. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. And of course, we are going to conclude this message with the Isis Oracle. How are you, my love? So here we are. Isis with the final message. Chakra. What do you want? Claim it. That's what Mars does. That's what Aries does. It goes for what it wants. It's action. Venus is all about receptivity. Mars is action. Portal of light. Okay. She glides on wings through space and time. Just talking about that. Seeing time differently as you are ascending and expanding in your consciousness. The age of Aquarius. There's about to be so much shit that's going to change. This is why some of you are having these upgrades, these downloads, because there's some people that are going to shift. Like, let's say you went through your process, let's say like 2 to 5 years. There's some people that may have a sped up process, and this is where you come in. Not not verbally, but through your actions. Like, you're about to be the person that you wish you had when you were going through certain phases of your journey, or you could be encountering that yourself as you are going through your journey and listening to this message. It says here, portal of light. It is only this physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are a being conscious on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space, and to allow your sense of self to expand. It is safe for you to do this now. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual growth. You are not leaving your earthly awareness. You are instead adding to it. It says here, and it's on page 121, 1111. You are growing in power and awareness. You have had breakthrough insights where you realize that you are not who you thought you were, and you are in fact a much vaster being. Sometimes this was shocking and uncomfortable and difficult to accept. At other times it was gentle and made much sense to you. You are learning to integrate this awareness of your vast self into your life. The practical consequences of doing so are extraordinary. To live with less and less fear and insecurity, to become more detached and more passionate, more loving, less demanding, to need less and receive more, to feel more joy and exert less force to attain it. Such wonderful gifts await. It says here, you are also capable of exerting healing influence beyond time and space, which means being able to help free yourself and others if you choose to share your healing gifts. You can learn to create freedom from trauma, attachment, history, and any other situation that may drain life force, Aries, first house energy, and distract from divine love, seventh house, Libra, Venus, partnerships. No matter whether occurring in this or any other lifetime. It's about to get real, I'm telling you. Isis guides you to powers and abilities to heal that are beyond time and space. It starts with the realization that what has happened in the past has power over you only to the extent that you allow it. Chiron's energy, the moment you come up with a solution to that deeply rooted wound, that's also connected to your wealth. North Node as well, depending on how that's placed out for you in this lifetime. The portal of light is being open to you now to travel through time and space and to release the past, to open to a future bright, and to call for more power in the present moment. Once you have done this for yourself, if you are guided into the healing path, then you can share this with others. Be guided by the loving blessings of Isis to assist you in this sacred interdimensional travel now for healing and understanding, more growth and peace. Okay. It says here, it also brings special guidance that a phase of time or experience is over and a new cycle at a higher vibrational turn of the spiral is beginning. So prepare to ascend, Dashe. Expect things to become lighter, freer, and faster, moving in your life, even perhaps whilst you appear to be more surrendered and more peaceful with yourself. And the message or the incantation here is with a prayer. In this light beyond time and space, I enter the portal of divine light and grace. I am free of shackles from this life or another. I surrender old fear to the Divine Mother. I now choose to be free of the past. In the present light of spirit, I now bask. In the portal light beyond all time, in the portal of light beyond all time, love and light, mysteries and shadows, frees me into peace sublime. In this light beyond time and space, I enter the port of divine light and grace. I am free of shackles from this life or another. I surrender old fear to the Divine Mother. I now choose to be free of the past. In the present light of spirit, I now bask in the portal of light beyond all time. Love and light, mysteries and shadows, freeze me into peace sublime. Sublime. That word. In this light beyond time and space, I enter the portal of divine light and grace. I am free of shackles from this life or another. I surrender old fear to the divine mother. I now choose to be free of the past. In the present light, the spirit I now bask in the portal of light beyond all time. Love and light, mysteries and shadows. Freeze me, freeze, let me know, into peace sublime. Collective, that is your message. And I'm going to read this paragraph here because I'm drawn to it to close this out for you as well. You're being initiated into the magic of conjuring to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. It's time. Let's go. See you in the next reading.